going to be diving into the world of art with Lynne Bernbaum. Let's get started.
Hi, Marie. Welcome to my art gallery.
Hello, Lynne.
Come on in.
So what first inspired you to pursue art, and how did you come to live and work in Anguilla?
Well, it's kind of a third time's the charm situation where I started out studying landscape architecture at university. I did work in that field in a few offices. I was not quite fulfilled, or it just wasn't happening in a way that you get to see a finished product. You just work and you don't ever see it built. I realized that I liked the presentation part, even in school. I liked the drawing, the design, and presentation. So then I ended up doing architectural illustration, which was more fulfilling and interesting. But then I actually took a trip to the Caribbean, not Anguilla at the beginning, and I loved it so much that I decided I wanted to come back and stay for a whole summer. So I organized my whole life. I decided also I needed to do something besides just hang out. So I took a watercolor painting class and I painted for the summer. And my brain just switched. It was like, okay, I just want to paint. So I started making the transition. I continued illustration, but I took more classes and I kept coming to the Caribbean. So finally I had a body of work that were Caribbean ideas, and I decided I wanted to. Anguilla was one of them. Anguilla had a great gallery that seemed to be the best choice for a show. So I came back for that, and it went really well. So the following year, I moved.
That's so crazy. What a beautiful story. How would you describe your artistic style?
I would call it stylized realism. I thought I possibly had made up the name, but today I looked it up because of this interview, and of course I found it online, and actually I'm going to read it because it's good. The significant difference between realism and stylization is that with realism, you're limited to making things look real by reinforcing the visual language. With stylization, you have the freedom to play with shapes and colors, exaggerate or remove details, and enhance the look and feel in any direction.
Well, that sounds just like your work.
So yeah, it resonates with me, especially the part about play, because I do like to be playful in my art, and so I'm thinking maybe I coin a new style called playful realism.
Wow.
Just thought of that today. So, yeah, but I like to, I don't know, I use a lot of geometric styles or shapes and perspective, and I just like to twist things to the playful side.
And what's your creative process like when starting a new piece?
It can come from a lot of different directions, but usually it comes with a tiny thumbnail sketch to start, and I can be at the gallery, I'm at the studio, I can be anywhere, even on a napkin at a restaurant. It's not a myth. Sometimes it happens. So usually I start with a small little thumbnail sketch and then develop it from there.
In what ways has the beauty and culture of Anguilla influenced your work?
I tend to look for more or less the hidden beauty of Anguilla, not just the obvious, because I just like to depict things that people aren't thinking of as, okay, this is Anguilla, the sea, the beach. I try to look for other things to draw attention.
I love your cactus series. This for sure is one of my highlights of growing up and living in Anguilla, eating the fruit from these cactus. I do love this series. Do you have any favorite pieces in your collection or ones with special stories?
Well, I tend to paint in series because what I do love is to do a variation on a theme and develop a number of paintings of kind of the same idea but with a different emphasis. The Domino series is a good example of that, and it has a great backstory. I had a friend who was coming to Anguilla often every year, and every year he would say, Lynn, I see the guys playing dominoes, outside and under the light and under the tree and under these pieces. It's so cool. Why don't you paint that? One year, I said, okay, let me try. And I played around my sketches, and I just thought, I don't want to just do the exact scene of them just sitting there. So I just kept playing around, and finally I came up with this concept that has made it really fun for me to paint the dominoes, and I'm going to explain it to you right now. Here's an example of how they start out. It starts out like a giant domino on a canvas with the portions of the domino, the spots, the line. That's the base. You could say that's the underpainting, okay? And I used according to the number of spots, I used that to compose a picture, including the spots that turn into all different things. Heads, actual dominoes, hats, part of the palm tree. So basically, it's a painting on a domino.
Wow.
So it's fun because I get to play, once again, with how I can make it work. And the perspective can be all wacky. It's very animated, there's a lot of movement. So it just works out. Right now, I have a commission for a domino. And the couple would like the same concept of the domino, but they want me to add more elements of Anguilla. We've got a quick sketch here, how it starts. And then here's more or less a final sketch where I have the dominoes. They were traveling around in a moat. They wanted sunset and the sea. There's a palm tree. There's goats.
Wow, that's so beautiful.
So this is a pencil sketch of the painting.
What advice would you give to young or aspiring artists?
I would say start out with whatever you feel most comfortable with, and drawing, painting, sculpture, what you just feel most comfortable with, so that you can get the feeling of completion, fulfillment, satisfaction. Work with that. But then challenge yourself. Try, take a class, try a new technique, try a new medium. Just keep challenging yourself to learn something new, and it'll end up being part of your, incorporated into your style. But just start out simple and then just add and enjoy yourself.
All right, guys, thanks so much for watching this tour of Lynne's gallery. Please like, subscribe, and comment.
And let me know what is your favorite piece. And of course, when you come to the island, come visit me at the gallery.
All right, guys, thanks so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.
Thanks,
Bye.
Bye.